Let's talk sports. And for sports, 2021 can be described as dramatic. From the football field to the tartan tracks, sports had a year to remember. The year began with the Black Satellites winning the Under-20 African Cup of Nations in Mauritania, but ended disappointingly as Richard Komwe lost a potential world title fight against Vasily. Though Samuel Techi won Ghana's first Olympic medal in 29 years, many good stories did not emerge from the discipline as football took the attention with the sacking of CK Akono and the hiring of Milovan in September. Now, who could have thought South Africa dragged Ghana's image in the mud with alleged match-fixing allegations and government committing a $25 million into Black Stars for next year's tournament? Well, Joy Sports Muftau Nabila Abdullah joins me for us to take a look at what happened in the world of sports, because you're the man who knows it all, the man who breaks all the stories, the big stories in the world of sports. Now, Muftau, let's start with the Black Satellites winning the AFCON Under-20 and just take us through, give us a little bit of a playback for that.
Well, that was one thing many of us never expected. Considering the success of the team in the WAFL competition, many had questioned the caliber of players that were selected by the technical team led by Abdul Karim Zito. So when they went to the competition and made it to the grand finale, many were not optimistic of the team's ability to win because of the opponent they were going to face, which was Uganda. Uganda had been dominant from the group stages. The Satellites had struggled from the group stages. But when it mattered most, the likes of Daniel Afrey-Banya of Accra House of Oak, Abdul Fattah Issahaku, and co rose to the occasion, and Ghana won the competition. This was the first time since 2009 when they went and won the competition in Rwanda. So it was a success that Kurt Okraku and his team will look back and say that 2021 was a year that set the tone for Ghana in terms of their vision for Ghana football, because according to Kurt Okraku, one of the things he wants to do is to build formidable winning teams for the country. And if you have teams that are able to win from the youth level, you imbued in the players the winning mentality, and that could translate into the senior national team as we head into 2021 African Cup of Nations. Okay,
well, another thing that really got a lot of people excited, except for me, because I'm a Kotoko fan. Do you know that? I know. Did Lister Well tell you that?
Well, maybe not Lister Well, but yourself.
All right, yeah, but Hearts of Oak winning the Premier League. Yeah. And that is what, in 11 years?
Yes, first time in 11 years.
First time in 11 years. Tell us about that.
Actually, if you want to take the mathematics, you would say that it was the first time in 8 years, because 2018, the season did not complete. 2019, there was no football because we were under normalization. So if we take out those 2 years, we say, oh, maybe 9 years or so before Hearts of Oak won the league title. But you can still say that the last time they won the league title was in 2009, and for them to win it in 2021 shows that, it actually took them about 11 years to win it. But you would like to appreciate the success of Hearts of Oak from the genesis of how their season started. It started woefully. Their first game against Ashanti Gold had to be cancelled because of COVID issues. Then their second game had to come up against Aduana Stars, where unfortunately they lost out in that fixture. They came up against Ash Gold. They drew 2-2 at the Accra Sports Stadium, which was arguably their best game so far. Management had to replace then coach Emmanuel New Odum and replace and brought in Costa Papic. Costa Papic was a man many thought would come and saddle the ship of Hearts of Oak. Unfortunately, it didn't go well, as he had to leave, with many players alleging that he had his preferred choice of players to select for matches. And this led to the man also moving away from the job abruptly. He had come in less than 3 months, he left the job. They had to bring in a stopgap coach in Ninoy, who is in charge of their junior side. He came in and led them in their game against Asante Kotoko, which was the first round of the season, before they brought in this man, Samuel Bodu. And he became the man they say, Kofi Yesu. He stepped into the shoes and led the Phobians to win the league title. After that win over Asante Kotoko at the Accra Sports Stadium, somewhere June 27, if my memory serves me right, it set the tone for Hearts of Oak to win the league title. And we cannot forget that when they won the league title, it also set the tone for them to win the FA Cup as well, because this was a competition they have labored so hard to win. And they won that one too for the first time in 21 years.
Okay, now let's talk about investments and investing into the Black Stars.
Yes.
Right, well, corporate Ghana is being asked to raise about, what, 25 million US dollars. But you know that the national elephant of Guinea, you know, the interim president was like, you have to... you bring the trophy or you return the money that we invested.
In you.
Is President Akufo-Addo saying anything like that, or we're just giving the Black Stars 25 million US dollars?
I don't think this story was... it's quite difficult to actually put the narration there because I know the person who prepared the document where it was presented to the Jubilee House. The communique, first of all, did not come out right because the plan for the $25 million is not just for the Black Stars. It's for the general sport in the country. So Commonwealth Games 2022 is in the Olympic Games, everything. They had a general plan for sports in the country. However, when the communique came out, they said $25 million for African Cup of Nations and the World Cup. So we take the president's word for it and go by what the president said. We've been made to understand that the corporate institutions have committed $2 million. So far, government also set aside $10 million. So what it means is that the corporate institutions were supposed to raise $15 million for us. And now we have 12 million. It means that we still with $30 million more to meet the 25 million. The 25 million budget the Ministry of Youth and Sport presented to the Jubilee House. And at this point, it's really difficult to tell because following the meetings that transpired, the first meeting, there were people who committed about 9 million Ghana cedis. Most of some of the companies that came in, they gave their word that they were going to commit 9 million Ghana to this. I'm aware of a company that had also told the government that they were willing to take up the cost of financing the Black Stars and paying the Black Stars coach and all that. Those documents are yet to be signed. If this contract is signed, we can guarantee that, we now have $3 million and we need $12 million more. For the next edition of the African Cup of Nations, what sources have told us is that government have a planned budget of $5 million for the African Cup of Nations. But the World Cup 2, they have another planned budget of $5 million. But you and I know, for a World Cup, we cannot do $5 million.
So what are we looking at? $5 million, if not $5 million, is it 10?
The last World Cup, which was 2014 World Cup, Ghana participated. We had about $19 million. $19 million. So if we are going to 2022 World Cup, do the mathematics yourself. Just do the mathematics yourself. The figure will shoot up.
The figure will probably shoot up.
Definitely shoot up.
Now, Uncle CK Okono got booted.
Yes, he was sacked. Arguably the biggest story in the football calendar. Joy Sports once again led that story.
Led by Mukhtar.
Yours truly.
I'm giving you credit.
Yours truly. Though politicians did not agree with the decision of the Ghana Football Association to sack him, the FA had to make a compelling case that they needed to let go Melo. And interestingly, it was after a game against South Africa in Johannesburg, where Ghana lost that game by 1-0, where the Ghana Football Association felt that at that point it was really difficult for Ghana to qualify if there was no changes in the technical direction. But even prior to this, there were a lot of issues between the technical team led by CK Akono and the leadership of the Ghana Football Association, where they had even tried sacking him 3 times without success because he had that political backing. But when it mattered most, they went to the Jubilee House. They had to make a compelling case and even told the Jubilee House that at this point, we don't have any local coach who can lead the Black Stars. So Jubilee House gave them the green light to hire an expatriate. Then they had to start working. They started working around the clock. CK Akono was sacked on the 13th. On the 14th, Joy Sports reported that the FA were considering Milovan Rajvac. On the 15th, we laid our fingers on the document or the contract they were preparing for Milovan Rajvac to come back. They prepared the contract on the 15th. His work began on the 19th of September. So within the space of a week or 7 days, they had already gotten a replacement, but they announced him as the Black Stars coach on September 24th to come back and take over the leadership of the technical team of the Black Stars. And when he took over, many say there's Milo in the Black Stars. Am I your friend saying Black Stars Ayakono?
Okay. Black Stars Ayakono?
Ayakono.
Oh, okay. Yeah, say why. All right. Okay, so now the last one, the South Africa reporting Ghana to FIFA and that whole brouhaha. What Chale, so what's in conclusion the Krakan is saying?
In conclusion,
Uh-huh.
Ghana, you cheated us. So FIFA investigate Ghana.
Okay.
But FIFA said South Africa's report was inadmissible
Okay.
because it did not meet the requirements of specifically Article 14 of the World Cup regulations,
Okay.
Article 46 of how to file a protest. So
Okay.
the protest that was filed by South Africa was incompetent in the eyes of the Disciplinary Committee of FIFA, so they rejected it. Once again, Joy Sports led that story. And interestingly, we had an email coming from FIFA telling us that they were going to investigate the matter and all that. And later they sent us an email that the petition that was filed by South Africa was inadmissible and that they had rejected it. But one clear thing that everyone needs to understand is that the image of Ghana football was dragged in the mud.
Yeah.
That was what led to the FA president getting furious and reacting to some of the things that Danny Jordan, the president of SAFA, had said. He actually claimed that if Ghana fails to qualify for the World Cup 2022, the economy will be so hard that even the president of the land would suffer. So that was what led to the GFA to react to all these
But
things.
have we had any case like this and they actually won?
Yes, there was one, South Africa versus Senegal, 2016. That game was November 12th, if my memory serves me, 2016. It was officiated by a Ghanaian referee, Joe Olamte. In that one, it was Senegal who filed a protest. They said that in some moments of the game, especially in minute 42 and 44, he took decisions that changed the outcome of the game, that changed the complexity of the game, and they decided to report to FIFA. So the match was fully investigated. Joe Olamte was banned for life. The match was replayed. Senegal won and qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. So South Africa actually thought if they take such a step, there was a possibility of getting FIFA to order a replay of the game and all that. But DS never worked out because their protest was deemed incompetent.
All right. Thank you very much, Muftau. It's from what 1 minute 42nd to 48?
To 44 minutes.
To 44 minutes.
Yes.
I love that. That is fantastic. Thank you very much for
Thanks for having me.
Sports review.